Good morning, dear students. I am Dr. Mangala Kumari BS, Assistant Professor in English, GFGC Kerpuram. This video is regarding the tightrope. Okay, tightrope is fourth lesson prescribed for third semester BSc, Bengaluru North University. It is a short story. We are going to begin tightrope. This is the first session. Here in this video, I am going to club two sessions, first and second sessions. Okay, let us start the lesson. Before we go to the lesson, let me check your previous knowledge. Have you heard of short story? What is a short story? And what are the techniques normally used by the short story writers? And have you heard of street performance? If you have heard of street performance, tell me, who are the street performers? What kind of a performance they give on the streets? And my next question is, have you heard of diet? You must have heard of diet frequently. What is diet then? Okay. How do you describe the relationship between stepmother and the stepson? Okay, these are the points that are going to be lingered on throughout the video, students. Now, I will try to answer myself all these questions asked by me. A short story in the previous videos also, I have told you, is a piece of prose fiction that typically can be read in one sitting, focuses on a self-contained incident or series of linked incidents with the intent of evoking a single effect or mood. This is one definition. The other definition, short story is a work of fiction that focuses on one important event in the lives of a small number of central characters that can be read in one sitting. Okay, short story, as the name itself tells you, it's a short, it's a story in short, and a small number of characters will be there, and it can be read at one sitting. Okay, so canvas will be limited, number of characters would be small, a story also should be short, it can be finished in one sitting. Okay, so it's a literary genre. And which are the techniques normally used by the short story writers? Short story writers will begin the story as close to the end. Okay, so beginning will be so close to the end. That is one of the techniques. And they keep the number of characters very few, of course, you know it. And they have to create conflict among the characters. Conflict would be there. Okay, and they also suggest a backstory as a hint. Okay, and they should appeal all the five senses of the readers through their story, and live dialogue should be included among the characters. Okay, these are all the few techniques normally used by the short story writers. Then coming to street performance, it is an act of performing in public places on the street for money. Okay, for the sake of earning money, performers will perform certain acts, okay, to attract the audience and to earn the money. And this street performing dates back to antiquity in India. Okay, so who are all these street performers? You must have heard about jugglers. Juggling will be done on the street for the sake of money. Acrobats, snake charmers, they catch hold of the snake and they play with the snake and they earn money. Now it is, of course, prohibited according to Animal Act in 1970s. And puppeteers, okay, string puppeteers, they make string puppets and they play drama, they perform through the puppets. Okay, those performers are called as puppeteers. And the tightrope performers. Okay, tightrope, two poles will be their opposite poles, and they tie rope for those two poles, and they walk on that, and they do techniques. They do tricks on the rope, holding the pole, long wooden pole, and they walk on that. And on a plate, they keep their legs, their feet, and they slide along the they slide over the tightrope from one end to the other. Okay, those are the street tightrope performers. Students, our lesson is closely related to this tightrope performing. Okay, our main character Paba is from the tightrope performing family. His father, his brother are tightrope walkers. Okay, so in the first session, I have put the photograph of tightrope walking. You can glance over that. Okay, next, diet. Okay, coming to diet. Diet means having a balanced food with proper carbohydrates, fat, protein, calcium, fiber, etc. All these things, vitamins, calcium, zinc, etc., potassium, calcium, etc., etc., in a balanced way, in a proportionate way, to keep our body healthy and fit. That is diet. Okay, stepmother. You must be aware of the stepmothers. Okay, stories and mythology. Krishna had a stepmother, Yashoda, but she was so good. She was a typical mother, right? So stepmother is the woman who is married to someone's father, but not his or her real mother. Okay, biological mother. She is not the biological mother, but married to the father, second mother, second wife. Okay, second wife to the father. So such mothers will become stepmother. Normally, stepmother and stepson, the stepchildren, okay, would be a strained relationship. Normally, a stepmother won't look after the stepchildren very well. Okay, they do partiality. Right, here also such thing will happen. Jatinda, another important character, Papa's classmate and friend, appears in the story. Jatinda has a stepmother, and he would be suffering under her torture. Okay. Yeah, the story is about, now let us go to the outline of the story, introducing the short story. Short story is about a schoolboy. Tightrope is about a schoolboy from the street performers family. His name is Paba. The story highlights the poverty of the deprived class, innocence, and concern among the school-going children, each other, and a deal of a boy under the stepmother. All these themes are going to be, all these points are going to be dealt, reflected throughout the story. Okay, before we go to the contextual interpretation of the story, let us go to an overview about the author. Let us learn about the author, Kanu Acharya. Tightrope is written by Kanu Acharya. Kanu Acharya writes fiction on Adivasi's life, tribal life in India, north part of India. He is from Gujarat state. He writes originally in Gujarati. This tightrope is also written originally basically in Gujarati. Later it got translated to English. He has written biographies in Gujarati. His works are known for realistic values. If you read the story, you will come to know. Okay, it is known for realistic values. His subtle humor, language that he uses are strength of his works. Okay, subtle humor is here also in Tightrope. You can be familiar with that as you go on reading the story. The story highlights the life of marginalized people, street performers, tightrope walkers around Gujarat state. It is translated to English by Rupali Burke. Okay, it is basically written in Gujarati, and it's got translated by Rupali Burke. Who is this Rupali Burke? She is the head of the Department of English in a college at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. She writes and translates in English, Gujarati, Hindi for cultural activism. She has many collections of Gujarati poetry, short stories, drama in English translation to her credit. Okay, students, this was the introduction of the author and the translator and the story. Now let us go to the contextual interpretation of the story Tightrope. Let us go to see the story in detail. Okay, at the end of this video, students, you are going to understand the innocence of school going children, and like it teaches you empathy, philanthropic traits in one's life, and it also makes you realize the importance of balanced diet. Okay, normally nowadays college students forget the food and health. It is not a good trait. Okay, you should be aware of balanced diet that keeps you healthy and wholesome. To inform this, this short story is going to inform you all about the marginalized class of Gujarat, deprived and wandering clans of the society, in the backdrop of modernization and civilization. And it will also make you understand the typical characteristics of street performers, especially the tightrope walkers. And it brings you awareness of stepmothers' torture, irritability towards their stepchildren. Okay, and at the end, last point, it makes you realize the importance of human virtues. Okay, that is one of the duties, functions of literature. Now, let us go to the contextual interpretation of the story Tightrope. Tightrope is written by Kanu Acharya. Now let us go directly in detail of the story. Paba is our main character. He is the first scene in the story. The story begins from the classroom scene. Okay, he is in the classroom. Paba is a school-going boy. The teacher is 7th standard. He is in 7th standard. The teacher is teaching about balanced diet. Okay, he is explaining diet in the classroom. On the blackboard, he has put boxes and he's explaining about the balanced diet. The afternoon meal, the main character Paba observes everything on the blackboard. Morning food, breakfast, and luncheon, and evening food, all is explained. Afternoon meal itself was more than he could take it at one glance. He didn't know what salad meant. Okay, and when the teacher asked him, he goes lost. Okay, he didn't know what was the salad. So, and that's why the teacher himself answered, salad, you don't know that much. Dry nuts, cucumber, banana, and onion, lemon, beetroot, etc. Altogether, eating raw is called as salad. The teacher himself explains it, and he is not even aware of dry nuts like pistachio, pista, almonds, cashew nuts, and all. So he nudges Baka, his classmate who is sitting next to him, and asks what pistachio, what dry fruit means. His father is a street performer. He rotates a plate on one finger. Now the story switches back to the street performance. Okay, this happens throughout the story. Students, you have to concentrate on this. The story switches from present to past, past to present frequently throughout the throughout the story, throughout the short story, throughout the lesson. His father, now all of a sudden, so abruptly, classroom scene, Paba mentally gets transferred to the street performance on the street. His father is performing tightrope tricks, and he is rotating the plate on one finger, on the tip of one finger, then passes it on to the other. The plate would be spinning like a top under bugri. Okay, the plate on the tip of his finger would be spinning like a top. Then he would transfer the spinning plate as it is spinning to the top of a smooth-ended wooden pole, balance it on his teeth. See, look at the tricks. Okay, these are all the tricks performed by the tightrope performers. His brother Tago also is a street performer. He is also a tightrope walker. So he is walking, he is running on a rope. Okay, then stand on the plate and slide it along the rope from one side to the other. Okay, so he is mentally imagining the street performance, tightrope walking by his father and his brother Tago. Okay, throughout the story, this kind of switching from the scene of street performance to the present reality of Baba happens. Baba is wonderstruck. How could so much food be accommodated in one such plate? Okay, he's still shocked and astonished. The teacher, now the story comes back to reality. The teacher asks him, Baba, tell me what happens when one doesn't take a balanced diet. I have just finished explaining which nutrient is found in which food, which disease is caused by the deficiency of which of them. It is not written on the blackboard. What are you staring there for? The teacher asks sternly. The answer comes out in a completely lost status. Baba is so lost, okay, because a conflict is going on from the street performing and the classroom teaching of the diet. So he's lost in his thought, in his reverie, and all of a sudden he doesn't know, he's completely lost, he's completely blank, he doesn't know what to say, but he has to answer. Okay, so he answered agitatingly, sir, if one doesn't get a balanced diet, he will end up like my mother. He knew that. Okay, out of experience the words came out. So the teacher brought him to ease. He's completely shocked, Baba. Actually, see, you must be aware of the school children, little children, especially. Baba is in 7th standard. He's a small boy, school-going boy. Among the school children, yeah, the fear of teacher you must be aware of. And he's so scared. Teacher is asking him a question. Of course, Baba is an intelligent boy. You know that later. Okay, and the teacher made him easy. Okay, so he transforms his question and makes him understand it and convinces him to answer. Okay, the teacher brought him to ease by simplifying the question. Baba, now describe the characteristics. What has happened to your mother? Now Baba feels so easy, comfortable. He started explaining, analyzing the condition of his mother. His mother has drastically lost weight. She can't sleep. Okay, drastically she has lost weight and she can't sleep a wink at night because of the nagging cough. Okay, she is reduced to skin and bones. This was the analysis of Baba, analysis of the mother Baba gave to the teacher. Baba is still surprised. How can one accommodate so much in one's stomach? Teacher explained later, deficiency leads to low blood count and weight loss. The women in our country are deficient in hemoglobin. He began enlisting carbohydrates, fat, protein, iron, calcium, phosphorus, zinc, magnesium, potassium, fiber, etc., etc. Baba realized that the lack of balanced diet is the reason for his mother's weakness. Okay, lack of balanced diet made his mother weak. Okay, he realized it, and teacher took the example and explained it to the students. When he went home, he looked at mother's eyes, which were so pale without vitamins. He cried that he had found out a cure. Mama, I have find out a cure for your weakness. So his mother got so enlivened. Life came to her wrinkled face and asked, my son, Bonibai, education has made you clever. What cure have you found out? Tell me. He told her to drink milk every day. Okay, blood loss, since blood loss and calcium deficiency, your legs have become so weak. That is why you have to drink milk every day. He repeated everything what teacher had explained in the classroom in one breath. Roti, rotla, puri, dal, rice, 2 vegetables, papad, curd, buttermilk, salad, etc., etc. Mother, she was so shocked and asked, son, everything that you mentioned is to be eaten in one course, in the course of a month, or what? Okay, so she's also shocked. And students, this shows that the lack of awareness about balanced diet among the marginalized strata of our society. So many poor people are not at all aware that all these things should be eaten in one stretch, in one meal, or in one time food. They're not. She's so astonished. What people do really eat all those things at once for one meal? She's so shocked, and it is very new to her. Okay, this is the portrayal of marginalized character, how they are deprived, of basic necessities, food, shelter, clothes. These are the basic necessities, right? So Baba convinced her that the body needed all nutrients on a daily basis, not monthly basis, daily basis. All vitamins are essential to the body. It has to be taken on daily basis. He convinced her. The next day, teacher revised all the things about balanced diet. Baba remembered word, but he didn't want to speak about the balanced diet when the teacher asked a question. Teacher finally asked, it's not enough. Teacher told the students, it's not enough to memorize the balanced diet. You all must eat accordingly every day. Tell me who all will eat a balanced diet from tomorrow. Many students raised their hands except Baba. Baba didn't raise his hand because he knew that it was impossible for his family. His father depended only on street performance. Little amount of money, meager amount of money, they had to depend on, and their life depends on the little amount of money. That too season wise, not every day they get money. Season wise, during the summer they have to perform and they have to get money, like that kind of poverty is there. He knew it. And so he didn't raise his hand, and teacher saw it. Still he pretended not to have seen and remarked, good, all the students have agreed. He cleared the blackboard. Okay, he's so helpless. The teacher is so helpless here. He couldn't help Baba. Jatinda, his classmate, he used to tease him. He used to tease Baba, Vanya Bajania. They eat roasted papad and they drink water from the trough and become bloated. So these are like rhythmic words, rhythmic sentences. Normally, small boys, small children use to tease others. Okay, Vanya Bajania, they eat roasted papad and they drink water from the trough. Trough means totti in the neer kudiyadu. Okay, and become bloated. So in this way, Jatinda used to tease Baba because Baba belongs to Bajania's community. Casteism traits are there in the story, and Baba belongs to Bajania's community. Banyas, Brahmins are higher caste people. Bajanias are low caste people, and especially they are tribes. They, you know it, they are street performers. They don't have a house and they have to wander. Okay, they have to depend on the performance on the street for money for their life, etc. So Vanya Bajania, that means taking the caste of Baba, and he used to tease. They eat roasted papad, they drink water from the trough and they become bloated in that way. So it is a kind of mischievous act done by Jatinda. He is also a 7th standard student. He is also unaware of all those things, casteism and hurting others' feelings, other caste people's feeling. All those things he is unaware of, and he is a small boy. Innocently, he is doing mischiefs, right? And that day when Baba was drinking water, he inquired, I have heard your mother is sick. You should give good things to your mother to eat. Otherwise, your mother will die prematurely. Okay, Jatinda tells to Baba, I have heard that your mother is sick. You should give good things to her. Otherwise, she will die immaturely. Okay, before her age. The words hammered Baba's heart, right? And he went to the greengrocer in the evening straight away, picked up a banana, cucumber, tomatoes, onions, one by one, and inquired the price. The greengrocer also knows that Paba cannot buy all those things. Paba is from a poor family. So he knew it and he got irritated and shouted at Paba, "Get going your way. Don't waste my time when you don't want to buy anything." Okay, Paba has to leave greengrocer shop. He thought of filching a banana, okay, stealing a banana, but the greengrocer was sitting idly, fixating his eyes on Paba. He couldn't do that. Okay. So, but he thought bananas are full of calcium. Mother wouldn't have hemoglobin deficiency anymore if she eats banana. He knew that. Okay. That is why he wanted to steal it, but he couldn't. When he and he goes home, heavy heartedly, and he dumps his school bag on the floor. While dumping the school bag on the floor, there came a crackling noise. A crackling noise came out of the bag. Why? Because he had bought a new compass box, geometry box. And of course, not especially small children, if they buy anything new, they handle it so smoothly with utmost care for few days. Later, they will behave so roughly with that, it. And so he took it so carefully out of the bag. While taking out, there was a banana in the bag. Who put that banana in the bag? Nobody knows. Even Papa knows. Even Papa doesn't know. Okay. So he was so shocked. Who kept the banana inside? Here again, the story switches back to the street performance. Baba is on the street. His brother Tago is also on the street performing the tightrope tricks. Tago has made him walk on the rope. Okay. In Tago's opinion, in spite of studying, they need to master the Bajania's tricks. Bajania's tricks in the sense tightrope walking tricks. Their family profession it is. That is why, in spite of studying, you need to know the tricks of tightrope. That is Tago's opinion. He had walked a little with a balancing pole, and soon he felt dizzy. Who? Paba. Paba felt soon dizzy, and he came crashing down into the arms of his mother. Mother caught hold of him. Okay, and abruptly the story switches from the street performance to the scene, home. Paba's house scene. Okay, mother came out and. He comes to reality. Okay, and mother rushed out and asked, "What happened, Paba?" So Paba gave the banana to her. She asked, "Where the hell did you get this from?" Paba said, "I found it in my school bag, ma." So she understood Paba must have stolen banana from someone else, because she knows her family's condition. Okay, Papa cannot have money. He cannot buy the banana. She knows it. And that is why she starts advising him, "Son, if you eat what you haven't earned, blood in your body will turn into water. Okay, so you have to earn and eat. So if you eat anything which you have not earned for, your blood will turn into water." Look at the honesty that is there in the poor family. And his mother doesn't want, Paba's mother doesn't want Paba to steal anything. She wants him to be honest, okay, in his earning. So she muttered some words like, "I'm so," he gave the banana and she ate the banana. After finishing the banana, she mutters a few words. "I'm so selfish. So selfishly, I have eaten this banana. I have finished this banana. I didn't give you. I didn't give Tago. I didn't share with my husband. How selfish I am." So Papa shows his biceps. "See, look at me, how strong I am. You are weak. You eat it." Okay. So next day, Jatinda asked. Jatinda is called as Janti, pet name Janti. Okay. So Janti asked Papa, "Is your mother very sick? Why didn't you take her to the hospital?" Jatinda and Papa, between these two boys, there is a complex weaving of a story by the writer students. Observe this. Looking into Paba's eyes, Janti was tying a bonding rope between two pillars of their eyes. Okay, here their eyes are compared to two pillars, opposite pillars, and Jatinda is trying to tie a bonding rope between the two eyes. Bonding rope represents the bond of friendship between Jatinda and Baba. Okay, so here their bond of friendship is compared to the bond of tightrope tied to the poles opposite. Okay, so Jatinda belongs to higher caste Banyas, and Paba belongs to lower caste Bajania. Okay, these are the two opposites, and they are tied together here by friendship. And Paba severed it. Paba knew the reality, and he tried to sever, break it, cut it off. But Janti held on to the rope. He wanted to continue with the bond. Paba got hardened towards him. In Paba's imagination, Janti is being dragged and he's bruised, right? So in order to establish the friendship between them. That evening, Paba saw a cucumber and a banana inside the bag. Okay, so his mother asked in bewilderment. She's so bewildered, flabbergasted. Son, does salad grow in your bag or what? She straightaway conducted him in front of Mother Goddess Vahanvati. Okay, their deity is Vahanvati Mother Goddess. Okay, so she straightaway took Paba in front of goddess photo Vahanvati. Vahanvati Ma before was fisher folks deity, and how did she came to be the deity of Bajanias? There is a myth. Okay, now Paba remembers again. The story switches back to past, where Paba's father had narrated a story regarding Banyas and Bajanias, how Banyas came to be called as Bajanias, okay, how they became Bajanias, a low caste, and how Vahanvati, who was the deity of Banyas before, came to be worshipped by Bajanias, okay, all that. And there is a myth, right? So his father had told him. He remembers that myth. According to the story told by his father, these Bajanias were basically Banyas before. Once two Banya brothers, that means their forefathers, went sailing on trade over the sea. While returning with fully stocked ship, the sea turned to stormy. Okay, storm happened, raised over the sea, and both the brothers were their lives were at risk, and both the brothers started praying Vahanvati Mother. Okay, they prayed in this way: Mother, save us. We pledge all these goods, full ship of goods to you. We offer to you if you come and rescue us. Vahanvati came to their rescue with the ropes. Okay, so one brother offered as he promised to the feet of Vahanvati Ma, but the other brother forgot to keep his promise. He neglected, he denied it. Hence, the brothers invited the wrath, resentment, anger of the goddess. In turn, the goddess cursed these two brothers. Okay, how? What is the curse? Woe upon you. Woe means W-O-E. Woe means sorrow. Okay, sorrow upon you. Woe upon you. You will be doomed to walk the tightrope. You won't have a permanent home. You will have to keep wandering. So this was the curse by Vahanvati. The generation descended from these two brothers came to be called as Bajanias. From that moment on, Banyas became Bajanias. These descendants, only descendants from these two brothers. Okay, and the rest of the Banyas remained as Banyas, higher caste. So these two brothers, descendants, came to be called as Bajanias because of the mistake, because of the wrong done to Vahanvati Mother. Okay, and Mother Goddess. So they are doomed to walk on the tightrope. The generation descended from these two brothers came to be called as Bajanias. From then on, they have been roaming from one village to the other, performing rope tricks, tightrope tricks, slogging it out to fill their belly. Okay, to earn the money, to fill their stomach, they have to perform rope tricks on the street. This is the curse by Vahanvati goddess. So now again, the story switches back to present reality. Paba is there with his mother. Okay, mother took him in front of Vahanvati goddess photograph, and Paba, looking at the bloodshot eyes of Vahanvati Shakti goddess, said to his mother, "Ma, this is the mother goddess of Banyas, not ours." So his mother intimidated him. No, with her stern look. No, you should not talk to. You should not talk about the goddess in this way in front of goddess. Bow down, bow down. Sternly, she intimidates him. Baba wanted logical explanation, actually, not the myth. Okay, so but mother entreated the goddess Vahanvati, Ma, forgive my son. Okay, so night he couldn't sleep. Baba couldn't sleep that night. He decided to hide and keep a watch. Who secretly keeps these veggies in my bag? I have to find it out. Okay, so he secretly hid next day in the classroom, and he observed who slid the banana, cucumber, other things into his bag. So who was that? Of course, Jatinda. Janti came secretively while Paba hiding behind. He came secretively and he slid a lemon, banana, cucumber into his bag. Okay, so secretly he slid all those things into his bag, and he was going to go. Paba grabbed the scruff of his neck. Okay, so he went and grabbed the scruff of his neck. Janti began trembling. Jatinda knew Paba's strength. Why? In the past, an incident happened. Jatinda was teasing Surabanya and Paba, both. Surabanya, another classmate, okay? He belongs to Banya's community. So Surabanya. And Jatinda was teasing both Surabanya and Paba. One day, Surabanya got so irritated and told Paba, you go flatten his face, flatten Jatinda's face. I'll give you 2 rupees. Okay, so Paba went straight away because he needed 2 rupees badly. He wanted a refill to his ball pen that day. So he went straight away, bet Jatinda black and blue. His lips were swollen, his face was swollen, and his face resembled a papad. So from that moment onwards, school children, his classmates used to call him Janti Papad because his face resembled a papad. Okay, so later, of course, Paba was thrashed badly by the teacher because Jatinda's father was an influential man. He went and complained the teacher. Teacher thrashed Paba badly. Okay, so now Paba asked, also Jatinda remembers that very well, and he trembled under the hands of Paba. He knew Paba's might. Okay, so Paba asked, rascal, you want to accuse me of stealing? Jatinda said, Paba, aren't you my friend? Forget, let us forget. So he entreated Paba, and there was some intense thing in his eyes, in Jatinda's eyes. So Paba observed it and he left him. From that moment onwards, these 2 boys became close friends. Okay, after that they became close friends, and all the boys in the class used to tease these 2 friends, Jatinda and Paba, that now 2 papads are friends. Okay, so now 2 papads are friends. They have become friends. 2 papads have become friends. In that way, schoolboys used to tease them after that incident onwards. And they were together. Jatinda and Paba were together in the recess, in the break, and they played together after the class, after the school hours. In that way, friendship, a close friendship grew between these 2 boys, okay, though they belong to opposite communities. Okay, the 2 poles apart. One is a higher caste, Jatinda, the other one, Paba, is lower caste. So there was a pure friendship. Honest friendship grew between them. One day what happened, Jatinda didn't come to play. So Paba went to his house to call him. The moment Jatinda's mother saw Paba, she started cursing him. She started cursing Paba. Look at the words used by her. Okay, so normally stepmothers and aggressive mothers use such words, such as scolding words. Nicely it is portrayed here. You will be gotten fat. These are the what to say, these words represent it is quite common everywhere in India. Okay, so especially aggressive mothers, stepmothers use such scolding words. You must be aware of these words. Okay, you ill-begotten fat, you ill-begotten fat, why doesn't the devil take you? You want to idle away all day long. You have come to tie my son's bier, bier, B-I-E-R, bier, in the sense the dead body is kept on the wooden frame like thing, no, that is called bier. Okay, have you come to tie my son's bier, haven't you? Such loafers he has for friends. Okay, you have come to tie my son's bier, haven't you? Such loafers he has for friends. Who is he? Isn't he that Amti Bajania's son, the one who had beaten Janti black and blue? Can't you find some Banyas or Brahmins to make friends with, that you have this low caste fellow? So these are the abusive words used by Jatinda's stepmother. Okay, why have you come, you ill-begotten fat? Okay, don't you have any other higher caste friends? So you have only Bajania friend. Okay, have you come to my have you come to tie my son's bier? Look at the words, abusive words. So listening to these words, Paba felt a molten, a liquidified, heart trickle swept up his feet. So Janti came out, and both of them, Janti came out and held Paba's hand. Both of them fled from the house. Right? Those words scratched Janti's face and made him bleed. Okay, not physically, mentally. Okay, he's bleeding from those abusive words, Janti. And so both of them are running and running. They went away, far away from the house. When he took breath again, Jatinda told Papa, don't ever come to my house. Papa asked, is this your mother or a female viper? So Janti said, Papa, that's why I'm telling you. If your mother dies, you too will have a stepmother like mine. So this is a touching sentence told by Jatinda, such a small boy, school-going boy. Okay, so Papa closed his eyes, again interweaving of the street performance, tightrope performance, and the friendship is done here by the writer. So Papa closes his eyes. Janti held on to the rope and swung in his imagination. He's holding the rope and he's swinging, holding the rope in his imagination. So that means they become close friends. There is an interweaving of tightrope and friendship, tightrope and classroom lesson. Okay, so students, in this lesson you have what to say, came to be familiar with innocence behind the mischief of children, Jatinda's honest concern towards Baba, and his hardship under the stepmother. These things are displayed. These things are displayed, portrayed so touchingly and so enigmatically. Tightrope performance and Baba's present life events are portrayed as closely associated to one another. Okay, so in the story, the primary purpose of the author was to inform the readers the hardship of the marginalized class like tightrope walkers in Gujarat state, and the tone is of course strategic, being little complex in bringing the story to present and past very often. It establishes the close association of present life of Baba and the tightrope performance, friendship and the tightrope performance, the innocence of school-going children in fighting, next moment becoming friends, close friends, forgetting the fight. So this has been done very well throughout the story. And the story inculcates the spirit of empathy, importance of education. Okay, it highlights the importance of education. Baba's mother says, look at my son, he's acting, he sounds like a doctor. Education, how clever you have become of education. So it teaches the readers that irrespective of the richness and status, Jatinda especially, Jatinda is a rich man's son, though in spite of becoming a rich man's son, in spite of becoming coming from a high class family, high status family, the suffering would prevail. Okay, in one way or the other, he has to. Jatinda is suffering from one way or the other, though he comes from a rich family, right? So tightrope overall is the story of tightrope walker boy who is being brought to the mainstream of the society through education. Such is the power of education, students, and of an influential and higher caste man's son. Though he is a son of higher caste and influential person, he suffers under his stepmother in spite of being privileged. Okay, so these were the highlights of the story. Thank you all, students. We have come to the end of the video. Thank you for your attention. I'm going to end the video.